Welcome back, dear viewers, to Dark Tales, where shadows whisper and true horror comes to life. If you're a fan of chilling true stories that send shivers down your spine, you're in the right place. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because the darkness is just getting started. There's a house at the edge of my hometown, no address, no mailbox, no driveway. Just a crooked iron gate, rusted and barely hanging on. Behind it, hidden beneath a curtain of dead trees and overgrown vines, stands a house no one dares talk about. Growing up, I always heard whispers. They say people go in, but don't come out. Someone lived there once, a long time ago, but no one knows what happened. I never believed those stories. Ghosts? Curses? Come on. Until the day I went inside. It started as a dare. Me, Marcus, and Lena were bored. It was late October, Halloween coming up, and we wanted something thrilling, something more than candy and costumes. Marcus pointed at the house as we passed by. Let's go in. Just for a few minutes. We laughed. We joked. We pushed the gate open, it let out a sharp, metallic screech. The air got colder the moment we stepped through. The house looked worse up close. Windows shattered. Door hanging crooked. Parts of the roof collapsed. But the strangest thing? It smelled like flowers. Sweet, but old. Like wilted roses left on a grave. Inside, the floor creaked with every step. Dust covered everything, but there were no cobwebs. No rats. No sign of life or death. We found a living room, with faded wallpaper and furniture covered in white sheets. An old piano in the corner. A mirror on the wall, cracked down the middle. That's when things changed. Lena saw something in the mirror. A shadow. A figure standing behind us. But when we turned around, nothing. Marcus laughed it off. Old glass. It messes with light. But Lena wouldn't stop staring. We moved deeper into the house. Found stairs. We went up. Every room looked abandoned, except one. It was clean. Untouched. A bedroom, with a made bed, candles, and a journal on the desk. It looked like someone had just stepped out and would return any moment. The journal's pages were filled with the same sentence, written over and over. The house remembers. We heard footsteps downstairs. We froze. Someone or something was moving through the house. Slow. Heavy. Then, humming. A woman's voice. Low. Sad. We rushed out of the room, down the stairs, but the house had changed. The hallway was longer. The walls looked wet. Breathing. The front door was gone. I looked at Marcus. His nose was bleeding. Lena was shaking, whispering to herself. I tried to open a window. It was solid. Like stone. Then the humming got louder. And closer. We hid in a closet. I held my breath as footsteps passed by the door. I saw something through the crack, bare feet. Pale skin. A black dress, soaked in something dark. Lena screamed. Everything went black. I woke up outside. Alone. The sun was rising. The house was gone. No vines. No gate. Just trees. I never saw Marcus or Lena again. I told the police. They searched for weeks. Nothing. Now, every Halloween, I hear humming in my dreams. And sometimes, I wake up to find flowers, wilted roses, on my doorstep. It started as a joke. 3 friends, Jay, Omar, and David, were sitting around a campfire, deep in the countryside. They had heard the rumors about the house on Ridge Hill Road, a crumbling, abandoned mansion said to be cursed. Locals claimed strange lights flickered inside at night, and no birds or animals ever got close. Jay, always the brave one, grinned and said, Let's go there. Midnight. Just to say we did. Omar hesitated. People say the house doesn't follow the rules of time. David laughed. What does that even mean? They should have listened. At 11:45 p.m., they reached the hill. The road was cracked and overgrown. The trees leaned inward as if trying to block their way. The sky was moonless. No wind. No sound. The house loomed at the top 3 stories tall, windows dark, roof caving in, and an iron gate hanging open like a mouth waiting to swallow. Midnight struck. They stepped inside. The moment they crossed the threshold, the air shifted. It was cold. Not normal cold, but the kind that sinks into your bones and whispers in your ears. Jay pulled out his flashlight. The beam flickered. The entryway was covered in dust, but their footsteps left no prints. The chandelier above creaked, swaying gently, though there was no breeze. David noticed it first. The walls are changing. Omar turned and saw it too. The wallpaper was peeling in patterns, almost like veins pulsing beneath the surface. The hallway they had just walked through was now a dead end. Jay laughed nervously. Okay, cool trick. Who's messing with us? No one answered. They moved into the living room. The furniture looked freshly placed. The fire in the fireplace was still warm, glowing faintly red. That's when the TV turned on by itself. It showed a live feed of them. Standing in the room. From an angle above, like a security camera. But the room in the video was slightly different. In the reflection, something stood behind them. Tall. Thin. Unmoving. Jay turned. Nothing. Suddenly, all the lights in the house flickered on at once. And the front door slammed shut. They ran. Room after room. Every exit vanished. Hallways looped back into each other. They found themselves in the same places, over and over, even though they were sure they took different paths. In one room, Omar opened a closet and found a version of himself standing inside, eyes wide open, mouth stitched shut, pointing silently behind him. He slammed the door. In the kitchen, David saw his reflection in a spoon, but it wasn't copying his movements. It smiled when he didn't. Jay found a stairway leading down to the basement. This is it. There's always something in the basement. They hesitated. But followed. The basement was dark. Unnaturally dark. The flashlights barely worked. The deeper they went, the more the air grew thick, like walking through liquid. Then, they heard whispers. Thousands of voices. Chanting. Crying. Laughing. And then silence. Suddenly, the floor collapsed beneath them. They woke up outside. It was morning. They were lying at the base of the hill. No house in sight. Just trees. And silence. But something was different. Jay's right eye had turned completely black. Omar couldn't speak. Not from fear, literally. His voice was gone. David kept saying, "We never left. We're still in there." They returned home, but nothing was ever the same again. Mirrors reflected things that weren't there. Time would skip. They'd lose hours without realizing. Jay vanished a month later. No one saw him leave. His house was found empty, except for one thing. A dusty TV, showing a live feed of a room with 3 boys standing inside.